Okay, my name is Károly Fekete, representing Lake Balaton Development Coordination Agency, the working body and development organization of Lake Balaton Development Council. As a following presentation after András Igori, I would like to introduce ESPON Lakes project from another side, as he said, from another aspect. The short collection of thoughts does not want to act as a project review. I would like to demonstrate that how the results of an ESPON project could be used in practice. How can we use the results of ESPON project in practice? If I have to perform anywhere about the development issues of Lake Balaton region, I try to find and show the case study character of this region in general. Now I'm in the same situation. Lake Balaton region is a special and highlighted area of the Hungarian territorial policy system. However, probably this role makes the area suitable for modeling and fine-tuning the place-sensitive approaches in Hungarian territorial policy and in regional development practice. But we, as an agency of a functional area, we are part of a wider European and global context, and importance of large lakes issue is explainable only on European or global level, I think. If we talk about place-sensitive approaches, it specifically depends on the legal and political environment of national territorial policy. But if we discuss about functional areas of large lakes, it is an issue of a wider range. How did I build up my presentation? Considering that many of the participants may know a lot about the region, and also we heard a lot of interesting and important informations about ESPON Lakes project. At first, I would like to describe some specifics of this functional area, Lake Balaton. I mean, what are the factors those constitute a real functional area beyond general social and economic indicators? After this, turning the direction of practice, I would like to introduce the agency, the structure, the main activities, and also those tasks. They carry important and hopefully general lessons and experiences for large lakes and for functional areas. The functional area, Lake Balaton, has special challenges, but the real matter is, I think, are these challenges really unique, or can we identify a functional area type on the EU level for large lakes? Starting from this, then I would like to share with you some initial thoughts and purposes to those got into shape while we were planning the recommendation of the targeted analysis topic, ESPON Lakes. And another essential problem: if you get verified, well-founded results from a project like ESPON Lakes, what could be the practical benefit? Where and how can we use the statements, the recommendations? What can be the synthesis of the project and the ordinary reality? As we were able to see the scientific results in the previous presentation, now I would like to point out the potential further existence of the project. So what makes Lake Balaton region functional area beyond the well-known indicators? Let's see nature and environment first. Ecologists, hydrologists consider Lake Balaton as an unified ecological entity where ecosystem of the coastal area has strong and interacting relationship with the aquatic ecosystem, and also has a specific landscape. I do not want to spend much words on this topic, but we want to, if we want to understand the functionality of a large lake area, the environment strongly needs to be considered, especially if we are talking about a vulnerable, sensitive area such Lake Balaton is, and if we are in the period of global climate change, for example. But now, turn to the social aspects. During debates of reforming NAT system in Hungary, it was 2 decades ago, existing regional identity of Lake Balaton was successfully verified. This identity was specifically stronger than county, NAT 3 identity, even so a county system has a 1,000 years history in Hungary. Where does this regional identity come from? Topic of regionalism near Lake Balaton was processed and investigated by many fields of science, but let me turn to the tools of cultural anthropology and regional history. The first steps of bottom-up regionalism near Lake Balaton were taken in the late 19th century after the tourism economy started to homogenize the social and economical image of the region. This regionalism was formed despite the existing administrative borders between counties and settlements. Formalized initiatives and collaborations have been established primarily for territorial development. Even so, this concept, I mean, territorial development or territorial policy, was unknown. In the 1930s, the first real regional body was established, what was above the territorial administration and also had a strong connection to the government. The declared task of this commission was to make consensual recommendations for decision makers in order to effective tourism and area development. Since that committee was set up, Lake Balaton constantly had a regional coordination body, even though their mandates and territorial policy circumstances have changed frequently. Nowadays, Lake Balaton region fits to the legal framework of Hungarian territorial policy as a highlighted area, named in the Act of Territorial Development as Lake Balaton Resort Area. Next slide, please, here. Thank you. By means of the previous slide, I wanted to strengthen the functional area character of the region. However, this is not that simple. The natural region, who we are working with this area, usually consider Lake Balaton region as a natural region. So this region is fragmented by several administrative borders, as András mentioned, and also fragmented by sectoral fragmentations. Some examples for it: handling of the catchment area of the lake is dedicated to 3 directorates of hydrography, 3 offices on county level is in charge of environmental protection, but also a national park operates in the area. Next slide, please. Here is another aspect of fragmentation. In the territorial framework of Lake Balaton Resort Area, there are 180 settlements in the 3 concerned counties. Despite the existing routes of cooperation, settlements are competitors of each other. The current structure of subsidies and resources from EU level and national budget rather helps the competition between settlements than it would support and promote cooperation and partnership between them. It all has a serious impact on the effectivity of supports and subsidies and also endangers sustainability. Okay, please, next slide. Thank you. We have arrived to the importance of coordination and the conciliation of interests. I think I mentioned before, Lake Balaton constantly had a regional coordinative body since 1931. It is clear that it had different mandates before the Second World War, during the years of socialism, after the period of political transformation, after joining the EU, and in the existing territorial policy conditions also. Nowadays, since 1996, Lake Balaton Development Council embodies this coordinative organization. In the current membership, the proportion of local and the governmental representatives is more or less balanced. It seems that the governmental actors constitute a majority, but some of them are from the region, to make it clear. You can see the main tasks and mandates of the council at the bottom of the slide. I would like to draw your attention to the last line, subsidy projects on a lower level. What does lower level mean? Just an example to illustrate this. In the framework of EU Co-Finance Council, EU co-finance OPs, more than 1 billion euros realized as subsidies in the area. So from OPs, more than 1 billion euros. As a decentralized resources, the Council had an opportunity to support projects from a resource framework contains 800,000 euros. So 1 billion versus 800,000. Okay, this 800,000 is per year. Therefore, I think we would say that Lake Balaton Development Council basically has a coordinative role, and the body has more relevant role in regional integration than supporting projects and implementing development measures. The working body, please, the working body of the council, Lake Balaton Development Coordination Agency, it was founded in 2000. Therefore, we can say that the agency has important experiences in supporting decision-making, planning development programs, issues of territorial integration, etc. The agency obviously have mandates with management of the mentioned decentralized resources of the council. However, the priority of participation in CBC, cross-border cooperation projects, was recognized by the leadership for decades. Beside some EU co-financed projects, I have to mention that the agency is a member of Living Lakes Network. We have organized 2 times the Global Lake Marathon under the umbrella of Global Nature Fund, for example. So the agency during the years became a shaper of a living and active international network. These relationships, these international relationships created the opportunity for the development of the knowledge transfer related to lakes. And these collective experiences and knowledge led us to recognize the common challenges and the unique specifics of places and regions of large lakes. Next slide, please. And what are these challenges? I would like to highlight some common challenges, but some unique special ones also, which are more valid in connection with Lake Balaton. I mentioned vulnerability, fragile ecosystem and sectoral administrative fragmentation. These are common challenges as we experience. But I would like to underline another aspect of fragility, and it is the sensitive balance between the social processes and the natural circumstances. In the last years of Lake Balaton, the increasing level of tourism, the growing investments, the development of infrastructure led to some new, hitherto unknown conflicts of landscape, land using, over tourism, water usage, etc. So raising conflicts. These are typical matters for which development policy has a key role to play and should strengthen the place sensitivity in order to handle these conflicts with coordination and sophisticated interventions. Issue of centralization and decentralization is related to place sensitivity, I think. Centralized development policy is excellent for excellent and perfect for large-scale infrastructure development. We experienced it in the last years near Lake Balaton. But special place-sensitive measures, needs a more flexible tool that is capable for implementing sophisticated interventions. To define common goals and interventions of strengthening cooperation and coordination between large lakes, it is crucial. As a large lake regulated agency, we perceive that an integrated development tool or fund is missing from the EU level in order to handle the common challenges of large lakes. Of course, the ITI approach was an important and hopeful tool, but finally it wasn't applied in Hungary. In our opinion, the foundation of an integrated fund for European lakes could provide the solution for the common challenges, and it can operate if it can operate independently from EU co-financed OPAs and also able to handle the differences of territorial policies on national level. And next slide, please.
I apologize. May I ask you if you could get on your way to the conclusion so we have time for the questions?
Okay. Okay.
So very sorry.
Okay.
We still have 5 minutes for the question, which should be a bit short.
Okay then. Okay. Here you can see the initial stakeholder issues of Project Lakes. Well, I just highlight the questions and thoughts what we had in the beginning. And the second line is the most important, I think. We needed to refresh and reinvent our principles. So we needed some innovation of our approach, in the ordinary work and the territorial policy thinking. And I would like to underline the last line: find the correct words and expressions. How can we define the key messages of large lakes? Our experience was in years that we can recognize our problems and challenges. We verify and disseminate them, but we cannot transform the statements and evidences into strong messages. So finding the correct words to express our challenges was an important part of our initiative. And please, the last slide, if I have 1 more minute. I would like to highlight the land-lake integration, what András also mentioned. I can mention a good example in this topic because we have a hopeful initiative now, because on this field, or the field of territorial monitoring, including ecology, hydrology, meteorology, social processes also, widespread institutional cooperation started in recent months. Besides, we hope that the targeted analysis provides verified munition to us to mediate effectively between between scientific sectors and interest groups in the area, and also we hope that we have munitions in the international scope from this. Thank you so much.